to have this class, and I'm also hoping that we will enjoy it, and you also will enjoy it and understand the great way in using these softwares. For some of us that are on, I welcome you all. Good morning. Welcome to Sage 50 Accounting Software class. I hope you have your case studies, and I'm sure possibly some of us have used yesterday's night to install the software. So please, if you are hearing my voice, please let me know that you are hearing my voice. If you're hearing my voice, please type clear on the chat bar. So if you are hearing my voice, please help me by typing clear. Okay, are you hearing me? Please, are you hearing me? Can you indicate? Is my voice very clear? I'm almost shouting over here. Are you hearing me? Okay. Good morning once again. My name is Onyeka Chinwozuzu. I am your trainer today. I'm not just your trainer. I'm coming with more than 10 years of experience in this business. It has been a blessed one. It has also been a very, tedious journey. Working for companies, working for organizations, and them buying into your skills and what you are doing. Once again, I welcome you. Today we are going to look at one critical thing. Like I told you, the essence of sending the software and the serial code is for you to learn on your own how to install Sage 50 and also how to create a company. So with my video, the video on the YouTube, it can guide you seamlessly. You don't need anybody's help. It's not automatic. As long as today's training is concerned, you're already a Sage consultant. The only difference between you and I is the technical part. Okay, that is where the main headache is. But in terms of installing a software, in terms of creating a company, you are sure on the right path. Please, whenever my voice is going down, please let me know. And whenever you lost my screen, because I'm going to share it right now, you let me know. So this training is in 5 stages. And within these 2 days, we are going to cover the 5 stages of this training. You have already done 2 for me. You have installed the software, and you have also created a new company. So the first 2 are out of the option list or list. Now the second one is where the third one, is where I'm starting from right now, which is the setup. Remember, if you have followed our QuickBook class, I keep hammering on the setup. Everything revolves around the setup. Once you can set it up, then you are good to go. So I'm going to share my screen right now. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? So please, if you have not gotten the software, please bear with me. It's not easy for me because I have to work till 1 a.m. this morning. I also have to take care of some of my online classes. I teach people in different countries, in different continents. So it's not easy for me. Please pardon me. At the end of this class, I assure you that you will get your own copy of the software and you will get the activation key. Please, what you will do for me is to send your email. Just send your email to the mail on that on our WhatsApp group. I've copied that mail many times. Or after the training, I will still copy it once again, just in case you have not gotten your software and the serial key so that you can do the installation and creating a new company by yourself. Please Please just be patient. After this class, you will have all of them. I have to also attend to other customers. Remember, while we are also doing the free classes, some other people are paying for the master classes. So we have to also give them priority as well. So thank you very much for being there. So once again, I welcome you to Sage 50 software training. Now, I will go straight to the main thing because I want to start working. My every part of my body wants to work. Now, I have overemphasized on this, what you are looking at on your screen, how to process every accounting software, no matter the type of accounting software. There are 3 layers you can always understand. One is the setup. The setup is when you bring in everything that the software will need to work. That is the setup. Everything that the software will need to work is all about the setup. Okay, like the customer names, the vendor names, the employee names, your chart of account. That is the ledger, very key as an accountant. That's the foundation of accounting. Okay, your budgeting, your jobs, every information that you will know that the software will need in order to, deliver quality job. That is the setup. Now, the posting has to do with you filling the software with all the transaction going on about concerning your business. Every transaction your business is engaging in, selling on credit, buying on credit, paying vendors, receiving money from customers, paying salary, paying all manner of expenses. That is what comes under posting transaction. Then at the end of the day, the software will now produce reports for you. The essence of the software is to help you generate accurate financial report or near accurate financial report on real time, immediately. So you don't need to wait for 30 days for your accountant to produce report. I don't need to wait for the next 1 week, the next 20 days. I can have my report right now as a business owner. Now, it may interest you to know that among these 3 segments, the first 2 are your responsibility as the person, operating the software. Setup and posting transactions are your responsibility. Setup and posting transactions are your responsibility. So it is your responsibility to set up the software. Please, are you seeing my screen? I can see a message here. Are you seeing my screen, please? Please, I want to carry everybody along. Please text clear to me, or just text, I can see your screen, so that we can soldier on. Okay, Mr. Jeremiah has commented. Good. What of my voice? Is it clear enough? Is my voice clear enough? Okay, thank you very much. So like I said, the first 2, if you can see my mouse, the setup and the posting transaction, they are your responsibility. That is where your experience, your concentration, your knowledge of accounting, your understanding of business, and your focus is needed, so that everything that will come in the first 2 will be perfect information. So the software uses the first 2 to now generate the reports for you. The software uses the first 2 to generate accurate report that will make sense to the business. Now, let's look at today's case study. It's a bit different from QuickBooks. They are the same. QuickBooks and Sage, even Tally and all of them, they produce the same answer. Okay? But the methodology differs. The methodology differs. Sometimes as an accountant, you notice that Sage 50 demands more from you. Sage 50 demands more from you as an accountant than any other software. It demands more. It takes more from you. It wants you to have that grasp as an accountant. Now, one of the secrets I learned over the years is that without good knowledge of accounting laws, accounting might not be sweet in your mouth. It's like going to a country, you don't understand their constitution. You'll be having problem with the security agencies. So accounting laws is key. Accountants, listen to me. Go back, sit down, take your time and understand the laws, the principles, the fundamentals, and the concept of accounting. If you're able to understand this, I bet you accounting is one of the sweetest things I enjoy doing. It gives me joy. So let's go back to our course. So the next slide. Now, this is how we are going to do the setup. The setup is always in two ways. We have the non-human data. So that is information that the software does not have that you are bringing in, the non-human data. I will call it the non-financial data. Then you have the human data. It has to do with your customers, your vendors, and your employees. So under the non-human data, you have the chart of accounts, you have the inventory, you have the budget, and you have the VAT. There are many things you can do there actually. I just have to zero in on these four because we are going to touch them. Then the next slide looks at the transaction, posting of transaction. So whenever we are posting transaction, how does it look like? What are we actually posting? Now, number one is you can post non-commercial documents like quotation, estimates, proposals. Okay, they are non-commercial documents. No accountant records anything from them. They are for filing. They are evidence. They are just transactionary evidence, and evidence to show that a transaction was initiated. It might not end in commercial document, but it was initiated. Then you have the actual document, actual business document, which is the commercial document. That is those receipts, invoices, credit notes that you deliver to your customers. Those ones are called commercial document because it is from there you can now debit and credit in your books of accounts. Whenever a business exchanges commercial document, automatically the books of account are activated because those information are going straight into the books of account, into the ledgers and every other thing. Then on the side of the vendors, you receive invoice from them. Basically, you receive commercial documents from your vendors, like the invoice, the payment, the pay bills, and the rest. Then the internal activities of the business, okay? The internal activities, the internal document of the business, like the journals. Journals are internal document of the business. I don't share it with outsiders. When I transfer funds from bank to cash, cash to bank, I don't need to go and tell outsiders I have done that. So these are internal issues, voiding of checks and bank reconciliation. Name them, there are many. So they are internal, petty cash operations. Those things are internal. So it is within the organization. Good. Now, lastly, remember, this is what we'll be achieving today, setting up the business. Then tomorrow, we will go into posting transactions. Then after posting transactions, we can now review our reports. Okay, from the questions, from the case study, if you have your case study, from the case study, I have already extracted the names, the non-human data. That is the chart of account. You can see it on the screen there. I've already extracted the chart of account. I've also extracted the inventory of that the company sells. Then the next one are the human data, the names of the customers, names of vendors, and names of employees. Yes, I've already extracted all of these so that it will be easy for me to do my posting. I don't need to be changing the screen. Then, having said all this, let's go in. Okay, please don't forget to subscribe to our pages. I have a lot of questions students have asked that I'm working on their videos now. Somebody asked, how can you, impute, how can you effect tax, input tax in QuickBooks, which the video I'm currently, both input and output tax in QuickBooks, I'm currently working on it, so that it will get to you. Now, Computer Accountant is created by Leadway Training and Technology Institute as more like an NGO, but it's not an NGO in terms of registration, just to help those who are coming into accounting tech to get that proper foundation. Okay, so we run beginners classes, which is basically free these days, and we have master classes, which looks at the technical side of this software. Possibly you want to go in, you want to use it as a business, you want to go into it as a business, and you want to become a consultant. We provide master classes. So very soon our master classes will be coming in online. For now, it is, most of them are basically physical classes, but very soon, from next month, they will be coming in online. Then after this class, after this training on Sage 50, there is going to be a challenge. I'm going to give us a question. Now, your duty is to solve it on QuickBooks, solve it on Sage. If you get the same answer, if you are able to decode the secret in that question and get the same answer in both QuickBooks and Sage, you are entitled to 2 masterclass training on both QuickBooks and Sage 50. Let me repeat it again. Hello, are you hearing me? Hello, are you hearing me? Please indicate if you are hearing me, please. Can you hear me, please? Please. Okay, that's good. Ayodele Ademola, thank you very much. Happiness Ebere, Kayode Adewale, thank you very much. Zachary Daniel, yeah, I can thank you that all of you are hearing me. Please, I was making a point before I go into the practical proper, and I was saying, after this class, there is going to be a challenge. I have a question. Over the years, I've been training students. Nobody has been able to get this question, and I brag about it. So I'm going to put it up as a challenge. Now, what you have to do is to solve the question on QuickBooks, solve it on Sage. If you are able to get the same answer, and also able to decode a certain line, an accounting line that demands your business knowledge, if you're able to get the answer and it tallies with mine, you will be entitled to 2 masterclass training. The technical side of this software, you will get it for free. Both Sage and QuickBooks, we will train you for free without paying a dime. The winner of that challenge will be entitled to such gesture. Please don't forget to subscribe our page. Please encourage us to do more. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like and share to as many people that you want to access this useful content. Thank you so much. So let's dive into the main work. So if you have installed your software, if you have created your company, this is exactly where the software will bring you to. This is where it will bring you to. QuickBooks Business, Sage 50 Business Environment. This is exactly where the software will bring you to. So if you are seeing my screen right now, or if you are using 2 laptops, or if you are using one, you have to be, navigating. This is exactly what you should be seeing on your screen. Okay, so once you install the software and create a new company, it will bring you to this page. Okay, this is called the home page or Sage 50 Business Environment. This is where the setup begins. Okay, now at the extreme top, you can see the name of my company, Capital Enterprise Limited, and the name of the software I'm using, Sage 50 Accounting. Yes, somebody is just asking, can we get? Yes, I'm going to send you the QuickBooks. Exactly, I'm going to upload the QuickBooks. Please, for those that have sent their email earlier, you don't need to send again. I already have your email in our database. I will send the QuickBooks to everybody. It's a challenge. Everybody, I want everybody to participate, and I want you to see how this software can make you think like a normal business, like a business person. So don't bother yourself, don't worry yourself. Everybody will get the QuickBooks software and everybody will get the Sage 50 software. I'm not going to leave anybody behind. Thank you very much for that message, Mr. Roberts. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's dive in. Now, at the extreme top is the name of the company and the software I'm using. Now you can see the logo of the company red in color, okay? Then the control buttons. That segment where the name of the company is called the title bar. Please, people are still sending messages on the serial number. Please don't worry yourself. You will get it. All you have to do for me, if you have not sent your email, please email it to leadwaytechnology@gmail.com. I will still, if you are not part of our WhatsApp group, please do well to join our WhatsApp group. Most times these updates are easier for me to drop there. Even the challenge, if you're not in the WhatsApp group, I will not make it a social media thing. It will be only for those in the WhatsApp group. So if you're in our WhatsApp group, you are entitled, automatically qualify for the challenge. But I also made a space in that WhatsApp group. You are free to invite anybody you want to benefit from this. You are also free to invite anybody you want to benefit. So you will get the books, you will get the Sage 50 for those that have not gotten that, I assure you. Thank you very much. So let's go back to our work. Now, where you have the company name is known as the title bar. Now, directly under the title bar, where you have file, edit, list, maintain, tax, analysis, options, report, and forms, that line is called the menu bar. The menu, like menu, when you go to a hotel, they give you their menu book. So that's it. So the menu bar contains different commands: file command, edit command, list command, maintain command. Now, every menu has a sub command. You can see when you click on file, it drops down, showing you the sub command. When you click on maintain, it drops down. Tax, it drops. So every menu has a sub menu, and the actual work is done in the sub menu. The actual work is done in the sub menu. Okay, good. Now, by my left hand side, look at the rectangular bar there. Look at that rectangular bar that is gray in color. It's called the navigation bar. That rectangular bar is called the navigation bar. So it's showing you my dashboard. You can see my dashboard is empty. I'm sure most of you have installed their own. Their dashboard will have something. So I can customize my dashboard. I can bring in things I want to see on my. I want to see all account balances. I want to see people I'm owing. I want to see those who are owing me. I want to see what again? I want to see. Let me go to my report. I want to see my revenue to date. Just a summary. I want to see my customers for the last 12 months, vendors for. I think I'm okay with this. So you add them. You add what you want to see. Add. Then I'll click OK. So you can see that my dashboard is looking like your own. Good. Now it's virtually empty because I have not done anything on it. So let's go back to the navigation bar. So you have the customer and sales bar. Okay, it contains all the customers' data and all the sales that have been made to the customer. The following is the vendor and purchases bar. So it contains the names of your vendors and all the transactions done between you and the vendor. Then you have the inventory section. It contains the names of your items, the names of the service you render. Okay. Now, again, you have the employees, the job, the banking, names of your bank, the account balances. Okay. So these are the content of the navigation bar. Why this is the home page. So you can see the system date. It copies my system date. Once your laptop date is correct, it picks it immediately. And we are on period 6, which is July. June. We are on June, so that's why it's showing you period 6. So it is, you can always change them when a new period comes, you can always come back and change. That's the essence. So that it makes the software to be current with what you are doing. Now, please pay attention to what I'm going to say. Mr. Benane, don't worry yourself. I will resend the setup back to our WhatsApp page. If you are in our WhatsApp page, you will have noticed that I sent a copy of that Sage 50 setup so that it will be easy for you to download. But don't worry yourself. All these things will be sorted out. Okay, thank you very much. Some students said I should go on. So for the very last time, I'm not going to repeat this. Apologies to everybody. If you have not gotten your software, both QuickBooks and Sage, please don't worry yourself. Calm down, follow the class, follow us, just focus on what we are doing. Be rest assured that you will get it. You didn't ask for it. I decided to give it out, so you will get it, okay? Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go. Now, look at the menu bars, okay? If you go to the File menu, you see this is where, let's assume I want to create another company. While this one is open, I can just click on New Company. You can close it from here. You can open a company directly. Okay, I'm just looking for an exact company to open. I'm not looking for all of them. You can also go back and open previous company. You can see the companies I've opened before, the previous company. Then you have the print preview, you print, you do your backup, restore, and the rest. Okay, then edit edit does only one function. It plays just a role. It helps you to investigate and find a report. That is what edit does. So I'm looking for a particular transaction I have instructed my staff to record on a certain date. I just want to be sure that they have done that. Then I can just use edit to track that transaction. I can also use it to track name, transaction, or report. Good. Now, list has to do, it's just a listing device of all customer names and their transactions. So you can see everything you have here is more like a list: customer list, contact list, quotation list, proposal list, sales order list, sales invoices list, and the rest. The same thing applies to vendor. All you are tracking, all you are zeroing in on are just the lists of every activity you have done on this software. Please, this is where the critical thing starts. Maintain. Maintain is where you do all the setup. Remember, I have listed all the setup. So this is where you execute, or where you key in both the human and non-human data. Maintain is the menu bar that enables you to key in both the human and non-human data. That is the work of maintain. So if you call it setup menu, you are also right. That's what maintain does. It is where you key in all non-financial records or non-financial data. Following it is the tax. Okay, tax is where you do your day-to-day accounting work. Everything about posting transactions, is in tax. Everything about posting transaction is in tax. This is where you do all your day-to-day accounting activities. So it is done in tax. Good. Then there's one thing people have not noticed. And that is analysis. Whether you call it financial analysis, data analysis, that these softwares, they come with inbuilt analysis. Okay, it's in Tally, it's in QuickBooks, it's in virtually all of this software. People don't even know that these softwares has a part of them that are data analysis in nature or financial analysis in nature. So all the postings, all the transactions you've done, They will use it to do analysis for you. A typical example is your current ratio. The system can show you the current ratio of this business. Okay, good. So this is, we'll be looking at it by tomorrow when we are done with our postings. Then you have the options. This is technical in nature. I may not go, but the major thing is that you can change your date from here. Then the almighty report. Let me also make it clear. When you invest your millions or your thousands in this software, it is to get a real-time report. The essence of this software is to help the management, the essence of this software is to help the management get report on time for effective managerial decision making. Because business is sweet when the management can have their realities on their table as it's going on, then they can make informed and reliable business decisions. So this is where we come to check all report. Now, it might look small to you, the subs can look small to you. Sage 50 has more than 125 different reports. So you have more than enough. You have more than enough reports in your hands to make good business decisions. So this is their business online. Windows, I'm just on one window, help, live chat, and the rest. So having said this, please, I hope we have all of these. I hope you have your case study in your hands. Now, the first thing to start working on is your setup. Setup, I have just showed you, has to do with your charts of account. So we start from the chart of account. Charts of account or ledgers or account head are the foundation of accounting. Without them, accounting is useless. Without them, we accountants, we are also useless. We will just become like any other employee within the business. For your account to make sense, all the transactions must find their way inside different charts of account or ledgers through a process called double entry system, debit and credit. They must find their ways into different accounts through a process called debit and credit. So for me to set up my Sage, my content, I'll click on maintain. You click on maintain, okay, and select charts of account. That's always the first thing. Please note it. It's always the number one thing. If you remember when we did the QuickBooks class, that was the number one thing we set up, so that our report, our transactions will have a foundation. Is the foundation of this application. Without it, you are just working on Excel. Okay, so I'll click. Good. So this is it. This is it. So that I can have more space. So this is it. Now you can see there are three bars there. There are three rows there. The account ID, the description, and the account type. Some of you who attended the QuickBooks class, I have already explained all of these, but I will do a summary. Now, based on company policy, I can go ahead and just be typing rent and go on. But the essence of this is that it allows your charts of account to be well structured, to be clean, and look well arranged. So the account ID is the number that the user assigns to each ledger. Most businesses, based on their accounting and business policy, is a clause that you must assign numbers to accounts so that you don't just be creating accounts indiscriminately. And that is how a standard company works. Numbers must be assigned to the charts or ledgers. Now, I'm going to start from 100, okay? So the first ledger on the list is cash at bank. So I'll assign it 1000. Now, you can also be dynamic with this number. I can also say cap slash, that is the name of the business I'm working on, cap slash 01 slash 0001. It depends on the business. Businesses determine how the account ID should look like. Okay, please, as an accountant, I emphasize on this. Now that you are the only accountant in a business does not give you the right to just be creating whatever you like. Make sure it gets managerial approval, so that you don't also rubbish yourself on the day of audit. An auditor will just, find those things funny. Then you look as if you don't know what you are doing in the presence of the manager. Please get approval from the management that you want to label the charts. So, okay, work with the management team. So I'm going to, for time, I'm going to use direct number. So 1,000. The first on the list is cash. This I'm going to use capital letter, cash at hand. Okay. Now, cash at hand is a cash at account. Okay. Then save and new. If you click save, okay, it will save. This blue highlight simply means that it has saved. Once you click on save and you can see this blue highlight, it means that the system is already in the system. But because we have many accounts we are creating, we'll normally employ the services of save and new, so that it will save, then clear the text boxes for us to enter another one. So 01001, that is spiritual bank. Spiritual bank. Okay, spiritual bank is a cash account issue. It belongs to cash, but in as much as it is being managed by a financial representative in the name of our banks, okay, but it's a cash account. So select save and new. The next one is VAT 1003. Whether you call it VAT, or I can also put the other name / sales tax. Okay, so depending on the region of the world where you are, so the one that suits you. Now it is a liability account. It is not what belongs to the business. It is a funnel through which the business uses to extract consumption tax or levy from the consumer and remit it to the government. So it's a funnel. So the business is acting as a tax registrant on behalf of the government. So because the government cannot be everywhere collecting tax, so they give instruction to businesses to act as their representative. So they collect those consumption tax, okay, through this account on the screen, then remit to the government. So as long as that money is within the business, it is a liability to the business. So we look for other current liability, because it's a current liability. It stays for some few more time and it's remitted. Other current liability. So save and new. Then the next on the line, 1004, we have equity or capital. So I'll put the two names. So anyone that works for you, capital, or then equity. Now, this is where, please pay attention to what I'm going to show you. Now, naturally, if you remember your accounting equation, where it says asset equal to capital, right? Or asset equal to capital plus liability. Good. The right account to select is equity return earning. That is, capital is returned. It is returned continuously in the business. Now, if you don't do it, the software will mandate you to come and create it. Now, there are other two equities there. Let me explain them. The first one is equity doesn't close. So if I have other investments, ordinary shares, preference shares, debentures, and the rest, okay, they can serve as equity doesn't close, because they will remain there with the normal capital of the owner year in, year out. Then the last equity is equity gets closed. This is the one we use to record drawings. It has to do with drawings or any account that shows that the owner is taking out money from the business. Example is drawings. So when you create drawings will go to equity gets closed. That means that it is closed on that period it was drawn. Do you know that capital can be carried forward year after year, but drawings cannot be? Drawings is closed. That money is closed on the period it was taken. Okay, so this is it. Save and new. I hope once again I'm loud and clear. Please carry me along. I hope everybody is hearing me loud and clear. Please carry me along. A simple text will ginger me. Carry me along. Is my voice and picture quality clear? Okay, thank you, Mr. Gabriel. I'm grateful. Thank you so much. So let me continue. 1005. Okay, thank you, Mr. Gabriel. I appreciate. Thank you, Mr. Jeremiah. Thank you so much. So please don't mind my cap. I'm aging, so I'm just covering my white hair. Don't mind my cap. It's covering the white hair. Age is no longer on my side. Thank you so much for encouraging me. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget. We want you to continually be part of us, and we want to give you the best we can. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to invite people to our WhatsApp page. All this we appreciate, and we celebrate all of you. Thank you very much. Let's zoom in again. So 1005, I have revenue. So slash sales. It depends on the name that works in the part of the world where you belong to. Slash sales, okay, slash income. Whatever works for you, then you run with it. So now revenue it belongs to the accounting pillar called income. Remember, I told you in the last QuickBooks that there are 5 pillars of accounting: income, expense, asset, liability, equity. So income belongs to that pillar called income. So revenue. It is the account that captures the remuneration or the payment from our customers for item or services rendered to them. So I'm going to look for income here. Letter I. This is it. Income. I'm good. So I'll click Save and New. The next on the line is purchases, 1006. So I have purchases. So based on the new IFRS stuff, I've seen a cost of sales a lot. Okay, so the one that works for you. You can use purchases, you can use cost of sales. Now, they belong in the accounting pillar called expenses. Purchases or cost of sales, they fall under expenses, but technically we deploy them under trading expenses. So that's why you have the word cost of sales come. It is the account that captures money spent in acquiring items to be resold or money spent in acquiring services from a vendor. Okay, so if it has to do with items to be resold, it falls under trading account. So that's why you have this cost of sales. What it costs us to bring in our sales items. So it falls under cost of sales, which is more like an expenses. Okay, save and new. 1007. So you have rent. Rent is paid, which is a administrative expense or managerial expense, as the case may be. Okay, so rent goes directly to the expense of the business. Mr. Adebayo says the pictures are not clear. Is it from the one shared or from my face? If it's my face, don't bother. It's no longer young. It was 5 years ago. But if it is about the screen, I can reshare the screen. So if it is my picture, Mr. Adebayo, don't worry yourself. I was some 2-3 years ago. I was very young. Now I'm now hiding away from nature. Okay, so let's go. Then the next one is 1008. You have electricity bill, electricity bill, okay, which is also an expense, an admin expense or operational expense, depending on where your company. Okay, Mr. Adebayo, Mr. Jeremiah is saying that you should look at the edits on your YouTube to increase the quality. Okay, that's what it's just an advice so that you can do the necessary adjustment. Okay, okay, okay. Mindshift said it's clear from his end. Okay, so let's go in. Let's go because I want us to finish this setup, then prepare ourselves for the posting tomorrow. My target is in the next before 12 o'clock, we should be done with this. But note, in real life, setup is not a tea party. Setup can keep you for the next 2-3 days, depending on the voluminous activities of that organization. So let's go in. Electricity is taken care of. 1009. So I have salaries. Okay, so which is also admin expense. Then you have Toyota car. Toyota car is more of an asset to the business. Okay, so Toyota car it falls under the pillar of accounting called fixed asset, which simply means the property you owe that you use in running your business. So it belongs to the business. So we use it in making the business, progress and move forward. So it falls under fixed assets. Then we have 011, sorry. Then we have laptop, which is an asset, fixed asset as well. Then followed by inventory, 1012. We have inventory. I remember my school night teacher, you say inventory. So inventory. So you have, let's look for inventory. Please, the way I'm setting these things, please, this is how it is in real life. Unless the company policy says otherwise. Okay, Mr. Eric, I think you should follow Mr. Jeremiah's advice that you should look at the edit on YouTube to increase the quality. Okay, so the way I'm doing this thing is actually the way it is in real life. Unless your company will not say, no, don't put inventory as a current asset, put it as expense. That is their internal problem, okay? Okay, but accounting-wise, this is how, this sake of this software, this is how it should be. Okay, then we have account payable, that is creditors account, 1013. I hope I got it. Yeah, 13. So we have accounts, I'm going to abbreviate it, accounts payable. Then accounts payable belongs to the accounting pillar called liabilities. Okay, because it's an account that captures what you are owing your suppliers or creditors or vendors. So we look for current liability. Look at it, other current liabilities. That is where it falls under. Save 1014. Then you have accounts receivable. This is the account that captures the debt or the unpaid balances or invoices amount from your customer. So it's a liability against your customer. So it captures what the customer is owing us or owing the business. So we go to other current assets. Now something is there. Account receivable falls under account receivable. which is it. So I'm going to correct the other one. Account receivable falls under account receivable, and account receivable is a current asset issue. Okay. Now, I'm going to correct the account payable. It shouldn't fall under current liability. Yeah, this is it. It falls under account payable, falls under account payable as an account. Then account payable comes under other current liability. So this is how it should be. Good. So you see, one unique thing about this, when you are good in it, ability to dictate your mistakes will be there immediately. Once I see, my mind knows that I have done something that is not okay, so I can quickly call back. Then last on the list is drawings. Okay, so we have drawings drawer. So whatever name, drawings / withdrawal. So whatever name you want to give it or your company assigns, it works. Now it falls under equity gets closed. You know, I told you it is only reported in the period it was drawn. Okay, so it's not what you can, the software cannot even allow you to be carrying it over. So if the owner took money in February, it will only reflect in the February account. The balance of the capital is what is being rolled over. Okay, so we are good to go. So all the charts is done. In real life, you can't go ahead, you can't go on and be creating charts forever. As business responsibilities are expanding, ledgers, the account names are appearing, then you continue to create. So let's look at the list. Let's look at what I have done so far. So this is the list. So far, so good. I have 15 ledgers. Okay. I have seen companies with 75, 100, 200. Sometimes the volume, most of those names there are not even necessary. So they keep creating, and it's funny. Okay. So you can see the list. You can see that my numbers are in order. Okay. So you can see what I have done here so far. All the balances are zero because we have not done anything. Good. So this is settled. Chart of account is settled. So I can take one to create is the inventory. Remember, data will now go to the human data. So we are going to create the inventory. Names of the item we sell in the business. So we have hair creams, we have red shoes, and we have body creams. Mr. Mario says, please, sorry, I missed how you entered the setup part. And Mr. Marius, can you make it more specific so that I can just go straight to where your answer is? Okay, now for any edit you make in the chart of account, you must save it to overwrite the former one. So Mr. Marius Chibozo, just help me be specific enough so that I can just get to your answer. Okay, so let's go in. So from the business has hair creams, red and body creams. So that's the three products they buy and resell to customers. So we are going to create them. The setup is in maintain. So I'll go back to maintain items. Good. I'll click on inventory items. So this is it. Now you can see item ID is blinking. The insertion point is already there. The description, the item class, and the rest. Now I'm creating hair creams first. Now, based on company policy too, your company can, maybe your items are tagged. Okay, they are tagged in number. Okay, but I prefer using the direct names, maybe with some distinctions here and there. So you have hair cream, you have hair cream. Hey, behave yourself. Okay. So hair creams. I don't know what is wrong with my hands. Okay. So hair creams. Now, this is the name of the item. It's just like code, the code. So I'll copy it and paste. This is what appears in the description column of your invoice. Okay. Now, what class of item is this? It's a stock item. Okay, it's a stock item. Good. Now, I'm going into the question to find out what is the selling price of this item, right? So from the selling price, hair cream, we have there is 3,000, there is 4,000. So I'm going with the 3,000. You know why I'm going with the 3,000? The 4,000 was, okay, it's 4,000. Yeah, actually, is 4,000. Good. It's 4,000. So 4,000, that's the selling price. Then the cost price of hair cream is 2,000. Okay. Now, this is where the main thing is. Forget about the cost price, selling, those things are data. You may or may not enter it here, because the most important place to enter it is your invoice or receipt, as the case may be. So whether you enter it here or not, it doesn't really matter. What actually matters, two key things are: one, watch the name of the item and the item class, and this place. This is the two key things. If you don't get this place right, forget it. It's not going to, your report will be fun. You'll be looking at your report, you'll be laughing at yourself at the same time. Now, watch this. This area, this is what determines your gross profit. What the ledgers you bring in here are what determines the trading account or gross profit. Now, the first is saying GL. GL means general ledger sales account. So it's calling on you to link the revenue account. You can see the name there. That is the place where you link the revenue account. The second one is the inventory account. You can see the names are appearing by this side. You can see it. Now, followed by the cost of sales. Please note this very well. If it is a trading business, if it is a retail business, if it is a manufacturing business, if it's a buying and selling business, this is how it is. Now, the implication is that, look at the implication. If sales minus purchases will give you gross profit, then as you are selling, inventory will be dropping. If you buy more items, inventory will be going up. That is just how this is. So the upward and downward movement of your inventory keeps enriching the sales and the purchases. As long as the sales is being matched to purchases, periodicity concept, it produces gross profit. It produces gross profit. Okay, Mr. Marius, I got you, chart of accounts. Okay, remind me once we are done at the last lap of this class, I will revisit it again. Okay, so please, I hope this is clear. Then I will save this item. Save. Okay, there is no save and new here, please. They are all one feature. So you save first. The blue highlight tells you that it is already in the system. To create a new one, you click on new. Okay, so the next item name there is red shoes. Red shoes. Okay, so red shoes. Red shoes. You can also copy it or you can type it. It's also a stock item. It's also a stock item. Then what's this selling price? The selling price of red shoes is it was sold to Peterson. Selling price is 4,000. The same thing, you repeat the same thing. Link it to your revenue. Okay. Then link to your purchases. Perfect. Your setup is perfect and your postings are perfect. Go and sleep. Your report will be over perfect. So perfect plus perfect equals over perfect. Please, once your setup is perfectly delivered and your postings are perfectly entered, just sleep. Remember this underlining word, garbage in, garbage out. But you garbage in perfectly so that the software will garbage out perfectly. Okay, so this is done. Save. Then new. So the next on the line is body lotion. Body lotions. Body lotions, yeah, correct. So Control C, Control V, stock item, then the same stuff, revenue, inventory, or stock item, as in the case, depending on what you use over there, then purchases. Okay, then save. That's good. I think we are done with inventory. So for now, we are done with inventory. So we'll look at creating tax. Now, if you look at this question, it says every item sold is subject to 7.5% VAT payable to the tax office. So that means that there's a clause there. We have to create another non-human data, VAT. So I'm done with this. I can exit here. So let me check my list before I exit to be sure that 3 of them are now in the system. So you click your list. Excellent. Excellent. So you can see that from the list now, you can see that I did not impute both the selling price and cost price of body lotion. So I can click on it. It brings me back. So body lotion is 4,000. Right? Did I get it? It's 2,000, sorry. 2,500. The selling price is 2,500. While the cost price is 2,000. If from the case study is 2,000. Okay, so I can now go back and save. So once you omit something, you can always come back. That's the essence of clicking on list. That is the essence of clicking on list. Okay, you can always come back and do that. So let me check my list once again. So the prices are there. Perfect work. Excellent. So I can exit and now exit the inventory. So second process delivered. Okay, Mr. Mene item. Let me call back one of the item. Now, this linking part is what determines your trading account or what determines your gross profit. So from the tags here, you can see that the software is even giving you a guide on what to link up there. You can see GL sales account. That means you link your sales, your income account has to be here. GL inventory account. It means that your inventory account, inventory or stock account has to be linked there. Then GL cost of sales. It simply means your purchases has to come in here. Okay, so the software is also guiding you on what you should put in there. So that's exactly what I've done, because when here by this side to show you that you have linked correctly. Okay, I hope thank you so much for that observation. So I can save one time and exit. Okay, so now the next thing is to create VAT, which is also a part of non-human data. So I'll go back to maintain. Remember, it is all about today. I'll go back to maintain and go down to the second to the last feature. Second to the last feature, that is sales tax taxes. So you click. Please follow me. I'm going to be very, very slow on this one. I'm going to be very, very slow on this one. So we are creating our tax for the very first time. Okay. So it says set up a new sales tax. So you have next. Good. What is the value of the tax? 7.5. That's all. That's all you do. How many tax are these things being shared? How many tax office do I? One. So you click next. So you repeat the tax office name. So I'm going to use the word tax office. That's a sales tax agency ID. That is the body that collects the tax. So I'm going to use tax office. Okay. Like in Nigeria here, we say FIRS. Okay. Okay. So, but for the generality's sake, I'm going to use the two tax office. Okay, that's much you can take. So let me use FIRS then. FIRS. Okay. FIRS. So then this vendor we are remitting tax to, we now have to create it as a vendor into the system. Okay, that's the third layer now. You have to create it as a vendor now into the system. If you remember, we did the same thing in QuickBooks. When we are creating our sales tax in QuickBooks, we came up, came in contact with something almost similar, So you drop down click on the drop down and select new. Okay, select new. So type FIRS. You can type it in full if you have, because of time. Yeah, it's Federal Inland Revenue. You are liberty to type it in full. Now, this vendor, they are in charge of receiving the VAT, right? So I'm going to link them to VAT account. See the link in now. I'm going to link them to VAT. Should be up. Yeah. What it simply means, anytime VAT is received, it will be remitted. The cumulation will be remitted to this vendor, FIRS. Then you can go ahead and put in address, phone number. The most important, the two key things are the name of the vendor and the account that is assigned to that vendor. Okay? So save. That's the only one we are doing for now. Save and close. So then you come here, you now come back here and pull it up. So sometimes it might not show. It takes some time, okay, to come up. So we can still leave it and come back later. So it might not show. So I can, you see, I'm now forcing it out. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it will. So what you do is you force it out. By the time you start typing, it will pull up the name. So good. Now, in Nigeria, we charge single tax rate. Our tax is single rate. That is 7.5 does not make it double digits. It's still single rate. Okay. So you leave it as single rate. Then retype the VAT amount. This VAT percentage amount, 7.5. Then now link that VAT account. Link it back here. Please see what I have done. Follow this trajectory and your VAT will be extracted perfectly. Follow this trajectory, this pattern, and your VAT will be extracted very well. Okay, Mr. Robert says, please do a brief rewind on the tax from beginning. Okay, fine. I don't have any problem with that. I can. Mr. Paul says, yes, so it's very, very clear. Okay, I'm not going to start afraid, but I'm going to move backwards. So this is where we started from, Mr. Robert. This is where we started from. Yes, Esther is saying, is there? Yeah, the video is always there at your beck and call. It's always on our YouTube page. You can always come back and have it as many times you want. So it's yours. The video is always there for the public. Okay, so the system automatically notices that this is for the very first time you are coming to create a sales tax or VAT. So you click next, then type in the tax value, that is 7.5. Always leave it as 1 because we are remitting to one tax agent. Then next, okay, the tax agent is FIR. Here again, FIROS. Then register system by clicking new. If you click new, FIROS, then link that's FIROS. That is all. That is the key thing you have to do. Then you save. Then come over here and call it up. This is it. Okay. Then repeat the 7.5. Then finally link it back to that VAT. The first linking was for the FIROS. The second linking, which is this one now, is for the system, the one the system will now use to calculate the VAT and show you what the consumer is to pay. Okay, then next. So what name do I want the system to have? So I want the system to have the name VAT, value added tax, or sales tax. Okay, is that much you can take? So let's go with VAT. Value, you can type it in full, value added tax. Okay, nothing more to do here. That's so this is the final stage. Then you click finish. Now, if you finish, it will return you to where you started the journey from. I had, I don't want to mention her name. I had a very, very kind woman. I had a student. While this training was going on, it was a physical class. Why it was, and a very large class. Why it was going on. So she will create the tax. Once she clicks finish, it will say, Mr. Emma, how many times will an only for me to get there? She has done over 20-something different VAT. So once it brings you back to where you started from, please don't cancel, because the VAT is already in the system. That one is okay. It's okay for us. Okay, so the next thing on the line is now creating names of customers, names of and names of employees. I think that will be the where we'll end it for today, so that tomorrow we will just dive into posting, because we have watered the ground perfectly. The ground is so fertile that tomorrow will be a roller coaster for us, especially when network is also cooperating with us. I'm happy today that network has cooperated with us for the QuickBooks classes. There, some of them who have the experience will tell you what network has done to us. Please don't forget to subscribe to our page. We would like you to be part of us. Many more things are coming after our challenge. For some of you who have been longing for Sage 300, that will be coming on this platform. For a lot of you that will be longing for Sage 300, after our challenge, the next activity on this platform is Sage 300. Once we are done with Sage 300, we'll move into data analysis, business analysis, project management, and we come back to QuickBooks again. But remember, the way I do my classes is that every class has something new. So if you have had QuickBooks in the past, be rest assured that the next QuickBooks class that is coming will be more solid than the one you had earlier. So that everybody that knows me knows that my class is a dynamic class. New things continue to come up. It's not intentional, it's how my creativity runs. So that is it. Okay, so let's go to creating customer names. Please don't forget to subscribe. Like I told you, we want you to be part of us, and we want to be part of you. We want to be bringing this to your doorstep. Please like, comment, share. And make sure you're also part of our WhatsApp group so that updates will only, major updates are dropped there so that members can access them quickly. Okay, to create a customer, we are still on maintain, we are still on setup. So this is an hour 16 minutes, we are still on setup. So you go to maintain and select customer slash prospects. We are creating customers, customer slash prospects. So good. So here we are. So the first name there is ABC Ventures. ABC. Okay, Esther, in as much as you run out of data, the video is always there on our YouTube page. So you don't need to worry about anything. ABC Ventures. Okay. You can copy and paste ABC Ventures. Please note that this particular customer ID can go beyond 15 to 17 characters. Okay, so when you have that at the back of your mind, now the next thing is the number. These ones are more the phone number and the rest. Look at where I'm taking you to. Once you key in the customer name, the next thing is I'm going to do two key things. Please. The most important thing is the customer name, which we have entered. This customer to the sales or revenue account, so that anytime I sell to this customer, it will hit the income account. Watch this. You click on sales info. Okay. Now go down to where you have GL, general ledger sales account. Okay? I'm sure you people remember this place, your charts, right? So what I'm telling the system is that anytime I sell to this customer, whether full payment, part payment, or on credit my income account and debit account receivable. That is the interpretation. Okay, please follow this. Yes, tomorrow's video, which is day 2, will be on this page. Even if you will not be available, you can always come back to view it. It will be on this page. So, Mr. Robert, you are covered. You are very well covered. Now, if you look at this case study, you notice that a particular customer is owing us 10,000. So, which is Lasisi, right? Good. Now, I'll click save and new because that is all for that one. The next customer is Venn Retailers. So Venn Retailers. Venn Retailers. So copy and paste. Sorry. Good. Now follow the same. Normally it will appear in general, but I've just narrowed it to sales info. Follow the same information. Link the customer. Come to sales info. Come down to GLCS account, link the customer to revenue, then save and new. The next one is Peterson. Peterson in investment. Okay. So copy Peterson investment. Investment. Copy and paste. Okay, then do the same thing, link Peterson to revenue account, then save and new. Then you have Billy Body Care Limited. Billy Body Care Limited. Okay, so enter. It's the same thing. Link him to or her to revenue account. You can see how perfect this thing is. When you can say you have been using it for no. See, what I understand about ICT is that it's a game of repetition. I have followed many consultants, and the only thing I have seen that make them stand out is the creativity they bring to the job. Apart from that, is repetition of the same solution. So when you are coding, it's the same words, yeah, it's the same info. So ICT is a game of repetition, but you have to, run that repetition creatively. You bring in the fun part of it, and it becomes part of you. So let's go. Lasisi and Sons. From our brought forward, you can see that Lasisi and Sons is owing 10,000. While that's the only carryover or brought forward we have in our opening balances. So I'm going to create enter Lasisi and Sons. Lasisi. So let's close. Let it look as if we are starting afresh. Okay. So I'll go back to maintain. Mr. Alfred said my screen is faint. Okay. But I hope you are seeing, check from your YouTube, adjust the edit, the quality so that it can come up. Okay. Please, okay, let me ask the general class. Please, are you seeing the screen clearly? And is my voice very clear? Please, one or two texts can also, let me get a confirmation from one or two texts. Is the picture clear and the sound clear as well? Please, one or two texts so that we know that all of us are in one page. Okay, Mr. Adebayo is asking of discount allowed and discount received. Good observation. Please carry me along. I'll write it down right now and we will effect it tomorrow. So discount, I'm writing it down. Discount allowed, and discount received. So thank you for expanding our course outline, Mr. Mr. Adeba. You beg. You have expanded the course outline. Okay, please, are you seeing me very well? Is my screen clear? And is my voice clear? Okay, Mr. Robert says it's clear from his end. Mr. Adebayo said it's not clear. Mr. Samson says these things are similar to that of QuickBooks, where the accounting software of different companies. What you must know is that all the accounting companies you have, software companies you have, must tailor their software to accounting laws does not differ according to different accountants. It's the same law, so the software must definitely be the same. But I can tell you, there are technical things you can do in Sage. It's difficult to do in QuickBooks. And there are technical things you can do in QuickBooks. You find it difficult to do in Sage. It is now which drug cures my sickness. That's the answer to the one you are choosing. There are issues of accounting or business that will come up. Sometimes I go to clients, they say, no, this software cannot do it. They can't do it. By the time they see me display it, they say, the software is as expansive as your creative mind. And Happiness says, my screen is not clear. Please. Okay, let me stop and reshare this screen again. Let me share the screen again. Okay. Now, how is it right now? How is it right now? Please, I don't know if you can read Jeremiah's text. I don't know if you can read Mr. Jeremiah's chart and get clarity on how to go about it. But I've reshared my screen. I hope it's better right now. Yeah, look, please, can somebody read what Mr. Jeremiah is sharing? Okay, let me copy it and put it back on the screen. Can somebody read what Mr. Jeremiah is sharing? So, okay, but can you see my screen right now? Okay. Can you see my screen right now so that I can run? Okay, thank you, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. Mr. Jaresh said it's network. I guess so, because today I have to spend money on 5G. I don't want the last disappointment to happen again. Okay, fine, let's go. I was talking about Lasisi. So you can see that Lasisi is owing the company 5,000, 10,000. Lasisi is a customer. So from our opening balance, he has an owed debt of 5,000, 10,000 naira. Now I'm going to show you. Yes, it's network problem. It's not actually from my own end. Everything here is standard and looking good. I think the picture issue is from the network. Okay, fine. So I think some of us have offered the solution to this. Okay, so you can see that Mr. Lasisi is owing 10,000. Okay, coming from last period. Okay, so what are we going to do now? We are going to create Lasisi as a customer into our database and capture that old balance. So follow me, go to maintain and select customer slash prospects. Customer slash prospects. Then we have Lasisi and Lasisi and Sons. I hope I got it. Good. Then copy and paste. Good. Now, the first thing I have to do is to link Lasisi to Mr. Kayode, I have seen your message. Even with this one we are doing, we can still apply discount allowed and discount received. So just leave the steering for me to drive. I've penciled down discount allowed and discount received. So we will effect both of them. Thank you, Mr. Kayode. Okay, so then the Lasisi's name is here. Then I will link him to the account that will capture his transactions with Capital Enterprise, which is the revenue account. Now, he is owing us 10,000 that is brought forward. Now, watch me. I will go to history. I'll click on history. Okay. Now, that means that this 10,000 possibly must be coming in from May. Okay. So he has been customer since, or let's say from 1st of June, he has been owing us. Okay, so if you know the invoice date, you can put it here. But if you don't know all these things, don't bother yourself. Just click on customer beginning balances. So I'm going to use whatever it pops up here, just click yes. So that invoice number, I can call it old debt. Okay, date, let's say May. Let me use May. Let me use 12/05/25. Please, sometimes when you follow the same thing I have done, you see that your 05 will come first before 12. It is coming from the control panel of your system. That means it is not set to reflect the date format of Nigeria. Sometimes when you type 12 of May 2025, May will come first. Just go back to your control panel and reset it. Okay, I will share the screen again. Let me just finish this. Now he's owing us 10,000. Okay, then we want it to be debited in account receivable. Okay, I can just notice that it is a network issue, but the network is fluctuating. That's just the issue. So watch what I'm doing. Please pay attention. Just this video, you will rewatch it. I'm sure when it will come up on when we are done and it's on YouTube, you see that the video will be cleaner than what you are experiencing. Please, let's not allow these things to distract us. The video is there and we're almost done. Okay. Oh, thank you. So you can see invoice number. I can't locate the old invoice of that old transaction. So I have to replace it with old debt. Then maybe possibly the date. Okay, last month. It can be any date last month. Then the amount he's owing. Okay. Then you link it to account receivable. So you can see the AR account. AR means account receivable. So you can see the AR account, which is account receivable. Now I'm going to show you the report. Let's save this. It says click save. Click save. So it has entered. Look at it here. It has registered. Then exit. Look at that money showing. You can see the money showing now. Now let's quickly look at his report from here. Reports and customer ledger. Then here is showing June, so I have to expand the date so that you can capture that. I'll go to options, and click all. I want everything about this customer to show, everything. Then you click all and click OK. You see the 10,000 there, it has shown. If you go to your balance sheet now, that 10,000 is under account receivable, under current assets. So you can see it's good. We are doing well. Okay, so we are done with customers. So what is now? We have 2 more left to end today's class: vendor and employees. So we are done with customers. So the next thing you have to do is to check the list to see that all customers. You click save. Then check the list to see that every customer, about 5 of them, are there. Excellent. So you can see even the 10,000 of Lasisi is showing. Okay, so you can see it there. You can see it there. So I can exit now. Then the next is vendor. For those who are not, I think it's a network. It's a network issue. But everything I have like 5 laptops surrounding me, so I'm also watching. That's why I'm turning my head to different. They are all working perfectly. All the 5 laptops are working perfectly. So check your network. I think that is what the problem is coming from. I have 5 laptops surrounding me, and all of them are on different internet, and they are all working very well. Okay, they are all reflecting exactly what I'm doing from the main system. So the next one is vendors. Now we go back to maintain and select vendors. So the first on the list is Vegas suppliers. I think I have it here. Vegas suppliers. So Vegas suppliers. So you copy, paste. So you can go ahead and do your address, vendor's address, phone number. Those things are not majorly my headache. The most basic thing is that you have entered the vendor's name. Okay, vendor's name. Then the account, please pay attention to this place again. This is where I have seen a lot of companies mess up their accounting, their account by this process. Now, in business, there are 2 types of vendors. We have expense-oriented vendors and trading vendors. Trading account vendors are vendors that supply the goods that you resell. While expense-oriented vendors are those vendors that provide those admin or managerial service that you need or require in running your day-to-day activities